Hello everybody, welcome to Sid City Living. I'm Jason. I'll be bringing you today's video. As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. And again, we want to shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate all tips and support. It's just going to go to making the channel better and adding more games. If you're interested, please check the description of this video. So for today, I'm going to talk about an interesting strategy that I came across. This one has a lot of different ways to play it. It's actually a fairly simple strategy. I would say it takes a medium bankroll. It doesn't take a bankroll in the thousands, but it definitely is going to take a bankroll in the hundreds, unless you just like to really go for it right away. And this strategy, we're going to say there's a point. Doesn't matter what the point is. I tend to use the 9 a lot. And it's really simple. It really, really is. You're going to set up. I messed that up. I did 2 units instead of 3. You're going to set up 66 inside. If the point is an inside number, you're going to include that point. So it's going to be 66 inside, including. But wait, there's more. Last one, pretty dang simple. You're going to have a $12 field bet. Why 12, you ask? Because that seems kind of an odd number. Pretty simple. This is similar to the pyramid strategies or the power 6/8 strategies, the funnel strategies. It's similar in that aspect, in that you're really pushing for these numbers right here. If the field wins, it's going to get paid $12, right? So we would pay the field $12. Now what the player is going to say is, press my 6 and 8. Okay, pretty basic. We'll press the 6 and 8. So now instead of 18, we've got $24 on it. What if the field doesn't roll, you ask? Glad you asked. If it happens to be a no field number, which would have to be one of these, no field, let's say a 5. It's going to get paid $21. In the field it goes. The way this strategy is designed is that it is using the field to pump the 6 and 8, and it is using the non-field numbers to pump the field, to keep the field going. If the field were to win right now, they would win $21. Guess what they would do? Press my 6 and 8. Now, as these press, you're not going to continue putting every penny into the field. So the player would ask for some change, so they can get some ones in there. You're going to bet the field, and you're going to use your inside numbers to keep the field going. But you're not going to do it all. Let's say an 8 were to roll right now. So this would lose, and the player would win $28, right? 28 bucks. Well, they certainly don't need to go $28 into the field. Okay? The initial idea of this bet is that the inside numbers, the 5, 6, 8, would always go into the field. It would just keep the field bet going. I personally think that they should kind of ease up on that a little bit, and instead just $12, because the $12 is what they're using to continuously pump the 6 and 8, right? So let's say we have $12 in the field and a 5 rolls. Or a 6, we'll say a 6 rolls. So the field loses. Now this is going to get paid $21, right? Now knowing that they need some ones, I'm going to pay it this way. So that they have their $12 and they can collect the rest. It's only $9, but why not? You're using the $12 to press your 6 and 8. I don't understand why you would do $21 in the field at this point. Collect some. The only time I would increase the field is if I get to the point where I have pressed some of my numbers up and I'm winning more than $24 on a 5, 6, and 8. At that point, if the field comes down, I'm probably going to go ahead and say, screw it, put 24 into the field. As long as I get to the point where these are pressed up, which is also why I wouldn't press just the 6 and 8. I think I would probably funnel into the 6 and 8 until I hit the green. As soon as I hit in the green, I'm going to try and get my 5 up to 25. And at that point, now I can do a $25 field bet or $24 field bet, and that way I can press these 2 units at a time. And that would be the strategy that I would use. I would slowly build these up and then increase the build. You want to collect, and the player that wrote about this strategy, they didn't really put their collection point. Their exact description was $12 in the field, always use it to press the 6 and 8. If a non-field rolls, every penny of it goes in the field. So at what point do they collect? Just off the 9? If the 6 and 8 rolls the way they're describing it, it would all go in the field. I think that's silly. You at first just put $12 in the field. With $12 in the field, keep pumping. Basically, you're doing an iron cross with the 9 included, and with presses, which to me is of course preferable than the standard iron cross. Just in terms of an entertainment value, of course, the iron cross is, as much as dealers tend to look at it as a very, very boring strategy, the iron cross actually is probably the best beginner basic level strategy and probably the most reliable strategy overall. It's just not a strategy for winning huge money on huge rolls, on big monster rolls, which is what we like to see. Like to see people win money on monster rolls. But overall, the iron cross is one of the strongest strategies. So this being a modified iron cross is not a weak strategy. And just like the iron cross, what you'll notice is that the non-field numbers are 3 units, while the field would only be 2 units. An iron cross does not work if they're all the same units. It does work. It's just honestly stupid. Because at that point on the 6 and 8, generally you're winning $1. People do a $12 6 and 8, or a $6 6 and 8, and a $5 field. Then they win $1. Or if they're on a $10 table, $12 6 and 8, and $10 field, so they win $4. No, I'm sorry, the 6 and the 5, they win $2. So you're winning pennies. You're winning a couple bucks, and it's silly. It's a waste of your time. The proper iron cross always has more units on the place bets than in the field, which is why the iron cross on a $5 table doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless you're playing 2 units on these. Outside of that, again, like I've mentioned before with some of my personal iron cross variants, use the money to press. You win in your field. Cool. Press the 6-8. I love it. We press the 6 and 8. Awesome. Okay. So you still have your field bet. So let's say a no field. Let's say a 5 rolls. So we're giving them their 9 change. And, no field, but they keep their field bet. Okay. Awesome. They've got their 9 change. Now let's say a 6 rolls. So they lose their 12 right here. Now over here, now they're winning 28. Go back in the field, they collect. Now let's say the field rolls. Let's say a 10 rolls. Okay, press my 6 and 8. I would love to. We now know what they are at. They are at 30. Now this is the point right here where I would start deviating. At this point, while it's great to keep pressing the 6 and 8 and go for a big hit, which would be a lovely thing to do, but if you're only going to focus on the 6-8, I would pull these down at a certain point and stack them up onto the 6. If you're going to go for the 6-8, just go for the 6 and 8. Otherwise, I would start using this field bet in other aspects. Let's say 3 rolls. Okay? So you get paid your $12 and press my 5 and 9. Why not? Where's the harm? Because now let's say 9 rolls. Well, of course it'd be a winner, but we'll say the points dead. Say 9 rolls. Well, what are they going to win? Well, they've already pressed it once, so now they're going to win 21. Right, so they get their $10 there. They've already got enough ones. Boom. Next time a field rolls, let's say it's a 3. They do the same thing. Press my 5 and 9. Now we've got the 5 and 9 at green. Where I may deviate from that, even if the 5 and 9 are just 15 still, is if a 6 and 8 were to roll. If a 6 and 8 were to roll, of course this would lose. They would get paid $35 right here. I wouldn't add in any ones because I know they've got plenty at this point. So they get paid $35. Well, let's do it this way. You get paid $35. What I would probably do at this point, since I've got a good backlog of ones set up for my other bets, I would probably do my $12 field bet, and I would probably go ahead and do the 4 and 10 as well. Use these numbers now to expand out that way. Or maybe I just do 2 units and I collect a little bit. Either way, I would slowly expand things out. Now, with this strategy, it's really focused on the 6 and 8, and I love that because that's the most likely to roll. Right here, between these two numbers, you have 10 of the 36 possible ways these dice can roll, or 5 out of 18 odds. That's pretty damn good. That is not bad at all. I would not be disappointed with those kind of odds in any way, shape, or form. So I like the idea of funneling into the 6 and 8. But if you want to make good money on a longer roll, on a decent roll, at a certain point you have to expand out. You have to broaden your horizons. You have to fly free, my child. So at a certain point, you got to expand it out. And I would probably use the 6 and 8 to do that. Or maybe I would use the 9 since it's going to win in the field and it's going to win on the place bet. But either way, I would suggest expanding this out. But that is entirely up to you, however you choose to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this strategy, and we hope to see you guys next time. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'm Jason. We'll catch you later.